Want to know how to trick your brain into studying more? Perfect, because right now, your brain is tricking you into doing literally anything else. I'm going to show you how to hack your dopamine system, rewire your focus, and become a study machine, all without becoming one of those I wake up at 4 a.m. and meditate for 3 hours people. You're welcome. Because here's the truth. Your brain doesn't want to study. It wants dopamine. And guess what gives easier dopamine than memorizing the Krebs cycle? Everything. But stick around. In the next hour, you'll either transform how you study or realize you've been professionally avoiding it this whole time. Both are enlightening. Let's talk about why you can't study. And no, it's not because you're not smart enough or don't have time. It's because you've trained your brain to associate studying with suffering. Right now, your study routine is exquisite chaos. You sit down with good intentions, stare at page 1 for 90 seconds, then just check your phone. 4 hours later, you've learned nothing but perfected your scroll technique. You tell yourself, tomorrow I'll really focus. No distractions, pure concentration. Then tomorrow comes and your brain goes, nah, let's reorganize the desk instead. Here's what's actually happening. Your brain has zero incentive to study. It gets punished with boredom, rewarded with nothing immediate, and you wonder why it fights you every single time. Meanwhile, TikTok, Instagram, that new series, instant dopamine. Your brain's not broken. It's just optimized for now, not your GPA. So you're stuck in this loop. Try to study, brain resists, give in to distraction, feel guilty, promise to study later, repeat until exam day panic. Chef's kiss. Perfect system. And exam day? That's when your brain finally decides studying matters, because nothing focuses the mind like pure terror. Here's the revolutionary idea. Stop fighting your brain. Start tricking it. You're not going to discipline your way to focus. You're going to game the system. Because here's what actually works. Make studying feel less painful than the alternative. I know, groundbreaking, but right now, scrolling feels easier than studying. We're flipping that. Your brain responds to 3 things: immediate reward, low friction, and environmental cues. Right now, your study setup fails at all 3. Impressively bad, honestly. So, we're going to rebuild your study system using brain hacks, not willpower, because willpower is a scam. It runs out by 2 p.m. when you've used it all deciding what to eat for breakfast. Hack number 1, the 2-minute rule. Your brain hates starting. It doesn't hate studying. It hates the idea of studying for 3 hours. So, lie to it. Tell yourself just 2 minutes. That's it. Your brain goes, fine, whatever. And usually, you keep going because starting was the hard part. Hack number 2, temptation bundling. Pair studying with something your brain wants. Favorite coffee? Only allowed during study time. Specific playlist? Study only. Pavlov that brain. Your brain starts thinking, oh, study time equals good coffee time. Congrats, you just hacked classical conditioning. Pavlov would be proud. Hack number 3, environment design. Your study space right now, it's a distraction buffet. Phone visible, bed 3 feet away, snacks within reach, Netflix 1 click away. Your brain doesn't stand a chance. Let's start where every study system lives or dies, the night before. Because your 8 a.m. study session is decided at 10 p.m. the previous night. Right now, your night routine is perfectly designed to ruin tomorrow. You scroll until midnight, crash into bed, wake up foggy, and blame your lack of motivation. Classic. Here's what the top 5% do. And yes, I'm about to make you feel personally attacked. Night rule number 1, the 9 p.m. study prep. Lay out tomorrow's materials tonight. Textbook open to the right page, notes ready, laptop charged. Remove every excuse your morning brain will invent. Because morning you is an idiot. Morning you will see a closed textbook and go, too much effort. Let's check Twitter first. Don't trust morning you. Night rule number 2, the digital sunset. Screens off 30 minutes before bed. I know, but I need to wind down with YouTube. That's not winding down, that's winding up your brain with blue light and algorithm dopamine. Read something, journal, stare at the ceiling and contemplate existence. Anything but screens. Your sleep quality and tomorrow's focus will thank you. Night rule number 3, the identity anchor. Before bed, write one sentence. Tomorrow, I'm someone who studies. Not, I will try to study. You're deciding your identity, not your actions. Sounds cheesy? Maybe. Does it work? Annoyingly, yes. Your brain takes identity seriously. If you're someone who studies, studying becomes what you do, not what you force. Do this for 3 nights, just 3. You'll notice your resistance drops, not because you're more motivated, because you've reprogrammed the script.
Want to know how to phone out of the bedroom? I can hear you, but what if there's an emergency? There won't be. And if there is, they'll call twice. Your 2 a.m. scroll through Reddit conspiracy theories isn't saving lives. This one change, phone out of bedroom, will do more for your study brain than any productivity app ever will. And it's free. Shocking. All right, you survived the night without doom scrolling. Gold star. Now comes the actually hard part, protecting your study time from yourself. Because here's what's about to happen. You'll sit down to study, feel great for 4 minutes, then your brain whispers, you know what would help? Research on YouTube for 6 hours. So we're building a daytime protection system, basically protecting you from your own catastrophically bad decisions. Protection rule number 1, the first hour is sacred. Whatever you study in the first hour after waking sets your brain's focus trajectory for the day. Scroll first, you've already lost. Your first hour should be your hardest subject. Not emails, not warming up, the thing your brain least wants to do, because that's when you have the most mental juice. But here's where you'll fail. You'll try to study for 4 hours straight like you're training for an endurance sport. Newsflash, your brain isn't a muscle. It's more like a toddler with ADHD. Protection rule number 2, the 25/5 protocol. Study for 25 minutes, break for 5. Not 25 minutes kinda studying while checking Discord 8 times, actual focused work. And during those 5-minute breaks, actually break. Walk, stretch, stare out a window like you're in a sad music video. Don't scroll. That's not a break. That's switching addictions. Protection rule number 3. Kill the multi-tab monster. Close every tab you're not using. I don't care if you might need it later. You won't. You're just giving your brain 47 escape routes. 1 tab, 1 study document or video, that's it. Treat your browser like your attention span, limited and precious. Now here's the part that'll separate you from the I'll try harder tomorrow crowd, pre-deciding your study blocks. Because every time you sit down and think, what should I study? You've just opened the door for your brain to go, actually let's not. Pre-decide, remove the choice. Let's talk about the traps, the sneaky ways your brain sabotages studying while making you think you're being productive. You probably do 4 of these daily, at least. Trap number 1, the highlighter illusion. You're highlighting everything. Yellow, pink, green. Your textbook looks like a rainbow had a meltdown. You're not studying, you're decorating. Highlighting feels productive, it's active, colorful. Completely useless. Unless you're actively processing the information, you're just making pretty pages you'll never look at again. Trap number 2, the reread trap. Reading the same page 6 times hoping it'll magically stick? It won't. Your brain goes, oh, this again? Cool, ignoring it. Familiarity isn't learning. Instead, active recall. Close the book, try to remember what you just read. Get it wrong. That's where learning happens, in the struggle, not the comfort of rereading. Trap number 3, the I'll study better later lie. You're tired now, so you'll study later when you're fresh. Narrator voice, they were never fresh. Here's the secret nobody wants to hear. You're never going to feel like studying. The feeling comes after you start, not before. Motivation is a result, not a requirement. Trap number 4, the perfectionism paralysis. You need the perfect study environment, the right music, the ideal temperature, your favorite pen. Meanwhile, people with worse conditions are passing their exams. Perfect conditions are a myth. Done beats perfect, always. Your grade doesn't care if you studied with the wrong playlist. Trap number 5, the group study trap. Group study sounds great in theory. In reality, it's 10% studying, 90% gossip, snacks, and that one person who derails everything with, "Wait, are we even in the right chapter?" Group study works for some people. For most, it's structured procrastination. You get to feel productive while accomplishing nothing. Beautiful system, really. If you're going to group study, set a timer. 1 hour max. Specific topic, then separate. Accountability, not a social event. Trap number 6, the note-taking performance art. You're creating museum-quality notes, calligraphy, color coding, diagrams that could hang in the Louvre. Zero information entering your brain. Your notes aren't Instagram content. They're tools. Messy notes that you understand beat pretty notes that look good but teach you nothing. Function over aesthetics. Trap number 7, the just one video black hole. You tell yourself you'll watch one study tutorial. 3 hours later, you've watched 17 videos, learned about topics you don't even take, and absorbed nothing. If you're watching study videos, take notes during the video. If you can't summarize it in 3 sentences afterward, you just entertained yourself. You didn't study. All right, time to put it all together. Everything we've covered is useless without execution. So here's your 7-day brain trick challenge, designed for commitment phobes and serial starters. Not 30 days, not a semester, 7 days. Because you've started and quit 23 different study systems. I checked your browser history. It's embarrassing. This challenge has one rule. Follow the system even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. That's literally the whole point. The 7-day protocol. Day 1-2, the honeymoon phase. Everything feels possible. You're energized. Your brain cooperates. Enjoy it while it lasts, because day 3-4, the resistance. This is where 87% of you quit. Your brain goes into full rebellion mode. This is stupid. Let's just wing it like we used to. This is the test. If you push through day 3 and 4, you've already beaten 87% of people. Not because you're special, because you didn't quit when it got uncomfortable. That's literally the entire secret. Daytime study sessions, 2 25-minute blocks minimum. Active recall, not passive reading. Close all tabs except one. Actual breaks, no scrolling. Days 5-6, the plateau. Nothing special happens. No fireworks, no sudden genius moment. Just boring consistency. And that's exactly when most people self-sabotage. Because here's what nobody tells you. Effective studying is boring. There's no hack that makes it fun. The hack is making it automatic so you stop negotiating with yourself. Day 7, the proof. You did something for 7 days straight. When's the last time you did that with studying? Exactly. Probably never. Now here's the critical part. Don't celebrate with 3 days off. That's how you erase everything. Instead ask, can I do 7 more? Stack the weeks. Challenge tracker. Use this. You need 15 out of 21 checks. Not perfection, just consistency. Miss one session, doesn't matter. Hit the next one. Progress, not perfection. Let's be brutally honest. Most of you won't do this. You'll watch this video, feel inspired for 11 minutes, save it to watch later, and change nothing. But if you're in the 3%, the ones actually tired of their own excuses, here's what happens next. You'll feel resistance every single day. Your brain will offer 47 reasons why today should be different. It's lying. It just wants the dopamine hit from procrastination. You'll have bad study days, days where you only hit 50% of the plan. That's not failure, that's being human. 50% done beats 0% perfect. You'll want to overcomplicate it, add more rules, more trackers, more systems. Don't. Simple system repeated beats complex system attempted once. After 30 days of this, studying becomes your default, not your exception. You won't need motivation, you'll just be someone who studies. Identity shift complete. You become the person who just studies, not because you're more disciplined, because you reprogrammed the system. So here we are, end of the video. You have 2 choices, and you're making one right now whether you realize it or not.
Choice 1, close this video. Scroll to the next one. Keep researching study methods instead of studying. Stay exactly where you are, comfortable, familiar, failing. Choice 2, open your calendar right now, and block tomorrow's first study hour. Prep your desk tonight, put your phone in another room, just start. I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to promise you'll become a straight-A student overnight, but you'll become someone who actually studies instead of someone who talks about studying. If you do nothing after this hour, you just spent 60 minutes watching someone explain how to fix your study life while actively choosing not to. The irony is chef's kiss. But if you're actually done pretending, if you're tired of last-minute panic, grade disappointment, and lying to yourself about starting tomorrow, prove it. Comment day 1 done when you complete tomorrow's first 25-minute block. I want receipts. Accountability starts now. Your brain's going to tell you this is too simple to work. That's how you know it will work. Complexity is just another procrastination tool. Simplicity is scary because there's no excuse left.